Hello and welcome to this video where we're gonna take a look at the Dragon Quest 35th anniversary special live stream event that was this morning. And yeah, I am a big Dragon Quest fan, if you hadn't guessed it by all the games and other shit I have laying around. Yeah, I love Dragon Quest. It's one of my favorite game franchises. I haven't played them all since they are very long JRPGs and it takes some time to get through and my time is limited, but I wanna play every one. And I'm always really excited and giddy to play a new one. And today, as of this recording, the 27th of May, I'm sorry I'm bad at English, is the 35th anniversary of the very first Dragon Quest game. And that is so fucking awesome. That's an old franchise, older than me even. And they celebrated it with a little live streaming event where they announced a couple of new games. And I wanted to take a look at that. I saw it this morning, I went to work, and now I'm back to record a video about it. And so if there's been anything in the meantime released while I was at work, I don't know about it. I haven't checked up on it. I just pretty much gotten home and opened a beer and found all the shit to put in the background. So yeah, let's just go through the stream a little bit. And the stream opens up, and we have a host of the show. I think he's some person in of course he's some person, but I think he's like a DJ or rapper or something. MC Joy, isn't that something like rappers or DJs are called? I don't know, but he's a person, of course. I don't know. I don't know who he is, but he then later introduced Yoji Hori, the creator of the Dragon Quest franchise. Did I say that right? I'm not sure. I'm really bad at foreign names and just speaking in general. And we kinda have the elephant in the room of this stream, and that is the translator.
So that was Dragon Quest 10 offline. Wuri-san, it's not an online, it's a release with offline. With 10, it was online, so there's people who haven't done probably the online.
That poor woman was given an impossible task to translate not just one person but two people talking. Two people who talk over each other and back and forwards, and that is pretty hard. I mean, I've tried to translate for one person and that is fucking hard, especially like some languages where how they frame the sentence is switched around, if that makes sense. Like in Denmark, when we say 21, if you translate directly, we say like 1 and 20 instead of 21. 1 og 20, 21. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I think in Norwegian and or Swedish, I can't remember which one, they have something similar also where they would say like not his parents but parents his. And trying to translate that is kind of hard because your brain has to like hear the entire sentence before you can translate. And when the next person already has started talking and you gotta remember all that shit, that poor woman was given an impossible task. And my gripe with it, I don't think she could have done much better. I don't think anyone could have done much better, so don't be too hard on her. There was a lot of shit given to that poor woman in the chat, and it's not her fault. What they should have done is, first of all, in my opinion, recorded that part ahead of time. There was no reason for them to do it live. They didn't answer any questions of the people who were streaming in. The only time where they really acknowledged that they were streaming live was that there was thousands of people watching with it. And that was the only time they really acknowledged that they were live even. So there was not a single reason for them to be live. They should just have recorded it and added subtitles or have someone dub over later. But or else get like two translators instead of just one lady. So one would have to translate for the host, and the other one could translate for Yoji Hori. So yeah, that poor woman, don't be mean to her, don't send her any hate. She did her very best. It's not her fault. That was like an impossible task, and no one could have done that good, I think. And with that out of the way, we are moving on a bit. And Yoji Hori and the host are talking a bit, getting acquainted, and I'm not gonna go into much of that. I'm mostly gonna look at the game. So we're just gonna skip ahead to the very first game. And I do, however, want to mention a little about of the clothes they showed and the watch. That looked dope. At least the shirt. I kinda, if they could get it black. I know it's not released in the Western world. It's only in Japan, but I could still probably order it from Japan. If you can get that one a shirt black and with either blue or white slimes, that could be really cool. But nope, probably not. Anyways, let us move on to the first game. The first game seems to be like this phone game. And I think it's just like connect the three, or like make 3 matches or whatever, like the dime a dozen phone game that has like a million of. And if it's released in the Western world, fine, I'm gonna play it. I'm a Dragon Quest fan. I don't really see how it's gonna, like, if it's just gonna be straight that connect 3 or make 3 the same in the phone game. I don't know how, if it's gonna be exactly that, or if they're gonna put a spin on it more than it's just like the same kind of game that there's a million of, but just with a Dragon Quest look on it. I don't know. I'm still gonna play it. And I hope those erasers are gonna be released, because the erasers look pretty cool. Could be fun for my collection, my Dragon Quest collection. And yeah, it's not. I did not get excited by this game. It's nothing really special about that. I mean, I just gotta tell you, it was a little cute that the developer of the phone game says there had been hidden some erasers in the room, and they were just straight in front of the fucking host, man. He didn't have to look long for those erasers. He looks also a little confused about it, like they were not hidden at all. Next up, they went through the Dragon Quest X, the MMO that has yet not been released outside of Japan, and it was apparently getting a new version 6, I think it was. And yeah, it's not easy to say a lot about this, because it's not coming to America or the Western world or outside of Japan. I highly doubt it. I don't think this game is ever gonna leave Japan. And I think it's a shame, because it looks kind of interesting. And I'm not really an MMO kind of guy, but I would be willing to play that just because it's Dragon Quest. So yeah. But yeah, they make a new version, and I don't really know what's going on with that game, honestly. I've not really been keeping up on it, because as I've said, I don't want to disappoint myself by finding out that it is awesome, and just the fact that I'll never play it. So we're just gonna skip over this part a little bit. I think some people are very excited about that, and good for them. And it's been out for almost 10 years. I think it's next year it hits the 10-year mark, which is incredible. I remember when this game was released. So I feel old now. But they showed the Dragon Quest X offline version, which is a I don't know. It seems to be the story of the game, but in a single player offline mode, and that could be very fun to play. It seems to use a different graphic style. It looks like some of the old DS or 3DS kind of graphic style, and I'm not sure which system that's going to be released for. It looks like it could be either phone or the Switch. I am hoping for a Switch release, and as far as I can see, it does not say anything about this game is not coming to the Western world. I think the developer said they are trying to get this game out in Japan for 2022, and that seems fine. And they didn't say anything about not getting it for the Western world. So maybe a year or so later, it might get to the rest of the world, and I'm crossing my fingers. That might be the only way that I can ever play Dragon Quest X. And I don't know what to say about it. It's hard to say what the fuck this is gonna be by looking at the gameplay, what the story is. And so if you're a fan of Dragon Quest X, if you played Dragon Quest X, you might recognize and see what it's about, but I don't. I don't really know what the fuck is going on, and if it's gonna be the traditional turn-based combat style. I hope it is, but probably not. Or probably it is. I don't know. I'm babbling, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna quickly move on again to the next game, if I can fucking find it. There we go. Oh, that was probably one of the highlights for me, and that was Dragon Quest III, the 2D HD remake. Did I get that right? I don't know if I got it right. I can find it probably a little later. That looked fucking beautiful. That's the kind of remake I like, of like old sprite games. It looks really cool. I have played halfway through of Dragon Quest III. I didn't finish it because I pretty much just beaten the second Dragon Quest game and then started on the third one. I was a little JRPG fatigued. So yeah, I am looking very much forward to play this version. It looks so beautiful, and they talked a little about that if this does well, they might do the same for the first and the second Dragon Quest game, and let's cross our fucking fingers that this goes well. I cannot wait. It's probably also going to be released in the Western world, but when, I'm not sure. So we can just wait in complete excitement. The guy who developed this, let me just see if I can get. He had made a couple of other 2D sprite games that I cannot remember. It's like I'm gonna put them here or something. They are also some games that I've seen people talk, say a lot of good stuff about, and yeah, I'm very excited to play his version of Dragon Quest 3, the HD 2D remake. That's what it's called. So that was one of the highlights, and we are moving on to another game, and that was the Dragon Quest Treasure, I think it was called, where you play as a young Eric and Mira, I think his name was, from Dragon Quest 11. And let me be honest about the design. They showed off the design, I think they had shown off the design like a year or more ago, where they're supposed to be kids, and honestly they just look like more squeezed in together versions of their adult self. I think of like one of the Dragon Quest games that I don't know is a Dragon Quest game where you play as a young version of Yangus. Yangus is a character in Dragon Quest 8, and in that there's a PS2 game where you can play as a younger version as him, and it's a completely different design. You can still kind of see it's him, but I kind of prefer that over just making what they did here, where it looks like they're just the same fucking character just squeezed together a little bit. To me, they don't look younger, they just look like it's a different art style, and yeah, that's my gripe with that. But enough about that. I think they were supposed to be originally in a Dragon Quest Monster kind of game, and Dragon Quest has a lot of spin-off games, and one of the spin-offs is called Monster, where it's kind of like their take on a Pokemon game. And they're kind of fun. I think even the best Dragon Quest Monsters is not as as good as the worst Pokemon game. But I haven't really played all the Pokemon games. I haven't really played all the Dragon Quest games, so that's just probably me talking out of my ass. But they're still fun games, and it seems like they've changed their opinion about that, and it's gonna be like a treasure collecting game where you get like aid by monsters, or they can help you traverse the world or something like that. It looks interesting. Again, it doesn't say which systems it's going to be released on, which making me think that it's either going to be the Switch or maybe the mobile. Looking at the graphic style, it does not really look like a PS5 or Xbox Series X kind of game, so my guess would be phone or Switch. And then we have it, the last game they showed off, Dragon Quest 12. Yes, I was so excited for this one. I will say I was a little disappointed about some of the things they talked about. Like, first of all, they only showed a title of the game, and no gameplay, no pictures of how any of the characters gonna look or anything. That's a bummer. But I will say the title they showed is drastically different in its art style compared to the other Dragon Quest games, which makes me think it's gonna be a more darker version. I think they even said that it's gonna be a more darker, more adult version of Dragon Quest, which I could be fine with that. I'm not against that idea. A more adult version of a Dragon Quest. I kind of like that they are very family friendly, and pretty much for everyone to play. So I like that, but I wouldn't mind this. The thing that I do mind is they talked about how they're gonna get rid of the command style. And command style, that could mean a lot, but it seems like maybe it's just the translator who like meant like turn-based style. And if they get rid of the turn-based gameplay style, I'm gonna be so disappointed, because that's one of the parts I really love about Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 11, I praised that to the skies because it was a modern game with turn-based style, and you don't see that often anymore. Final Fantasy gave up on the whole turn-based stuff like years ago, and yeah, I think it's a shame. I don't really want an action RPG like Final Fantasy. I want Dragon Quest to be Dragon Quest with turn-based combat, and yeah, if they do that, it's gonna be such a fucking bummer to a degree that I cannot even talk about. It's I hope that they're either gonna change that, or maybe like enter a mode where you can play it with like a turn-based style, because I mean, that's why I play Dragon Quest. It's kind of like taking a Mario game make it so Mario he can't jump, like a main Mario game where he can't jump, and I don't like that, or something like that. That was maybe a bad example, but you know what I mean. It's like taking something that the series is known for and removing it. I'm all for like changing the style a bit, but like something like that is like a part of the foundation of the franchise, in my opinion, the turn-based style. So yeah, why don't remove that? Don't fucking remove that. That would be such a fucking bummer. I mean, I'm all for Dragon Quest and spin-off games. I love a lot of the spin-off games, and if they want to make like an action JRPG, fine, make it a spin-off game. Don't make a main game in the franchise into an action game. Keep the turn-based style. It's like, I hope it's either like a translation error or something, or if you can change it later on. I hope they can still like change it so we can use a turn-based combat style. I cannot express how much I'm gonna dislike it if it's gonna be like an action kind of game like it Final Fantasy. Dragon Quest, be your own goddamn thing. You don't need to look at Final Fantasy for inspiration. You're awesome as you are. I think I forgot to talk about is that there was this guy who had a whistle who would blow the whistle whenever Yuji Horii was talking about something he was not allowed to talk about. So the guy with the whistle went crazy when they started talking about platforms for Dragon Quest 12. And I think that's either because they're working on an exclusivity deal with either Sony or Microsoft. That could be one of the cases. Another one, it could be that Nintendo is working on their successor to the Switch, and they didn't really want to cover that and say like, oh yeah, we are coming to PlayStation and Xbox, and then not on the next version of the Switch perhaps. I don't know about that. That's just a theory that I just wanted to air out, and yeah, now let's get back to the other part of the video. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the stream. They got Yuji Horii up to paint this weird little mask thing with an eye, with a slime inside it. It looked weird. I think it's like a Japanese tradition, and yeah, I don't know about that. Anyways, so I'm not gonna talk about it. So anyways, from what I could read, I read a little while on my break from my work today. Some people seemed a little disappointed, or some was very disappointed of this stream. I don't think anyone was like just 100% happy with this stream, and honestly, neither was I. I was kind of hoping that they would release a Switch version of 4, 5, and 6, the original Dragon Quest games, or original releases of those for the Switch. They released 1, 2, 3 like a year or two ago for the Switch, and I'm kind of hoping they would do the other games as well, because they are just also very awesome games. Another thing is, a lot of people were very disappointed there was no talk about a remake of Dragon Quest 9, and I think it's probably gonna come. They have remade every single Dragon Quest game up until 8 out of 12, so they are definitely gonna remake 9 at some point. Probably not gonna be this year or the next year, but it's gonna come, so don't worry about it. Maybe I'm not as mad because I didn't love 9 as much as other people did. I was honestly hoping a little bit for some more ports to the Switch. I would love to play Dragon Quest 8 on the Switch, just on the go. That could be awesome. Or Dragon Quest 7. I mean, I like the DSs, but I kind of like the idea of playing them on the go and just hook it up and play it on the big screen as well. So yeah, that was something I was hoping a bit for. More Dragon Quest games on the Switch. So yeah, and that was about it. My biggest takeaway from this stream: be nice to the lady who was translating. She did her very best. It was fucking hard. Don't be rude to her. Some good stuff, a lot of bad stuff, but still, I think it's gonna be awesome. I think the Dragon Quest 12, even if they make it an action game, it's still gonna be a good game. It's just not gonna feel like a Dragon Quest game. It's gonna feel like a spin-off game more than a main game, and that's gonna be disappointing. And yes, I am just gonna finish this video up, finish my beer up, maybe like find all the other shit I have in my Dragon Quest collection. I mean, this was just the shit I could grab in like like 10 minutes while I was setting shit up. So yeah, I have more stuff than this. So yeah, And I don't wanna take your time anymore. You're probably busy people. You have shit to do. So if you've been sticking through the bad English and my babbling, you are a real hero. Thanks for watching and take care.